Good morning and welcome to Wake and Bake. I'm awake and now I'm baked. Whoops. It is early this morning to me. I did not sleep well last night. I wanted to be live by 9. It is 9:21, but I believe and done is better than perfect. I am on my very first cup of coffee and my very first bowl of delicious greens this morning. I have not had my breakfast at all this morning. It has been very, very, very slow moving because I don't know about y'all, but this full moon energy's got me like not wanting to sleep. Anybody else? So as you jump on here, do me a favor as you jump on here. Say hello and tell me where it is that you are watching from. This is way more fun with friends. I will talk to myself, but I would much rather talk with you and to you than to myself and by myself. My coffee is still extremely hot, like that hot where you're not even really able to enjoy it. Like my favorite coffee is that like almost cold coffee where it still coats your mouth, but I'm also an iced coffee drinker. How do you drink your coffee? I am Splenda and sugar-free Italian or sweet vanilla or Italian cream or whatever, sweet Italian sweet cream. And I was forever, right? I was forever um the sugar-free French vanilla. That was my thing forever. And during the pandemic, you had to not be too picky with your coffee creamers with things running out of stock in the way that the supply chain was. So I had to try the Italian sweet cream. And interestingly enough, I think that's what we're going to talk about today. And it's not going to be the creamer, but it's going to be about giving things a chance. And I don't know why this is going to be it today, but I didn't have anything till just now. It just popped in. I knew it would. Um, Giving things a shot, right? Out of maybe necessity. Have you ever done that? Like, because of a circumstance, you had to do something that was not your norm. And when you went off that beaten path, you found something amazingly beautiful. Can anybody relate to that? Can you give me some thumbs up, some yeses? There's only one person watching so far this morning. So if you could please say hello to me, it would make me feel a lot better. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to tag a few people because I know that we have not gotten. Hey, Amanda, thank you for saying hello. Um, I have not gotten a really great live schedule yet, but I am working on it. I'm trying to go live at 9 a.m. is what I'm trying to do Mondays and Fridays for Wake and Bakes. That is what Wake and Bake schedule is looking like for me. I wrote it up last night. And I'm trying to get this out of here so I can get back to these messages. And it's pissing me off today. Of course, it's going to be like this. It's going to be a pain today. So let's get out of there and then let's go there. Oh, this is going to make me mad. This is going to make me mad. All right, let's try it this way. Let's try it this way. Let's try it a different way. Let's go around our elbow to get to our rear end today. I know some of y'all are at work. Some of y'all are doing things. Some of y'all are unable to get on here, but I want to talk today. I'm just tagging some random folks in the comments. And I don't know why I'm tagging the people I'm tagging, but something is telling me those are the people who need to be here today. And I'm just randomly going through and tagging some folks. So I'm just tagging a few random people, like I said, in the comments today. And here's the thing. I was just talking about my coffee, right? My coffee and how what I put in my coffee is some Splenda and some Italian sweet cream. And the reason that I now love Italian sweet cream is because I accidentally bumped into it when I didn't have my normal, right? When I was in my normal routine of what I always do of my, and this is it sounds crazy, but it's exactly a great metaphor of life. And because I could not get what I normally had, I had to try something different. And because I tried something different, now that's my new favorite thing, right? It happens in the most bizarre ways for me, right? Like, you pick out a paint color for your house. Like we did that for paint in our house in Tadley Drive in Richmond. I got swatches upon swatches upon swatches upon swatches of paint. I picked out my colors and we hired the painter. I go to work, the painters come, my husband deals with all of that because it's friends of his. And I get home and my husband's like, "Oh, you're gonna love this paint. You're gonna love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Hello, 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 hello." Not sure who it is, so it's just saying hello, hello. I don't have this is Facebook user. And when I got home, the accent wall color was not what I had wanted, right? Now, here's the thing. This is not a situation where I'm like, well, what they did was better than what I wanted. It was not. The color, however, I loved, just not for the wall it was meant for. But I had been looking for that specific blue for something else forever. So even that came into my life in a very interesting way. Like in the initial way was like, what in the hell is this? This is not what I wanted. Because it was like way lighter than all of my other paint. It was like this on the rocks color. And I wanted this like deep, like it was the dark accent wall. It was like a charcoal gray. And I got the lightest, like on the rocks, icy blue gray that you have ever seen. So that's why it was not right for that wall. But that icy blue, had they not messed up, had not stumbled upon that, I would not have found that color for something else I needed that color for. So what today's message basically is that sometimes, and it's the song that's coming in, right? It's the song that's coming in by the Rolling Stones. It's like, you can't always get what you want, right? You can't always get what you want, but you just might find you get what you need, right? And you get what you need. And the universe protects us. Hey, Autumn. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's autumn. I wish it was autumn. That's my favorite time of the year is autumn. But it's just one of those things where you never know how the universe is protecting you until it doesn't, right? Until you find a new favorite from a supply chain demand problem, right? And it's kind of like even with edibles, right? I am a one-woman show. And back around New Year's, when we had the rum balls and all the things, I was not as organized, right? Not as organized. This is kind of what's provoked the whole like invoicing system. Good morning, Dennis. And Dennis is here. It's going to be about Dennis. And I send Dennis one person's order, and I send the other person his order, and it got all flipped around and mixed up. But interestingly enough, the person who got his order was like, "Oh, I'm super excited that I got to try this by accident." And now she orders those items. So you never know, like, again, you try, you get what you need, right? You don't always get what you want, but you definitely get what you need. And sometimes right now I would like it to be spring. So interestingly enough, like I have the perfect like seasonal chart for me, and it goes spring, lots of spring, right? But minus the allergy part, because the allergies in the spring eat me alive, and that's why fall is my favorite over spring. But spring, beginnings of summer, like from the beginning until like July 4th. Because after July 4th, where I'm at in Virginia, summer gets real disrespectful, right? Then I want like super long fall, first fall, second fall. Like if I was a hobbit, it'd be first breakfast and second breakfast. It'd be first fall and second fall because I love fall. Fall is my favorite time of the year. Then we would get beginning winter and like one beautiful snowstorm, like where like it's the day where like, you can stay home and nobody's rushed, and you've got soup in the crock pot, and then it just looks beautiful snow. It doesn't affect closing any kind of roads or like stores or anything like that. It just gives you that like beautiful, like picturesque, like snowy, like cottage feel. Then it goes from that back into spring. And so I want like this much winter, right? This much winter, just enough to kill off the bugs that you don't want, and to let you wear your cute clothes, right? Your sweaters and your poofy vests and your hats. Just enough to like wear your clothes and your boots, have your boot weather, right? Um, but like this much fall, this much spring. I want like this much summer because I do like swimming and I do like the beach and all those things. But I love the beach in the fall as well. And another thing, right, that you don't know that you love until you do it. So my entire life, I was a sun worshiper. Like I wanted to go to the beach and just have like the hottest days and get the most sun I could get. I used to say, I'm not going to spend all this money going to the beach and then not look like I've been to the beach. And I remember going on a vacation as a teenager, not as a teenager, but as a college person, right? And it rained. And I was so frustrated that I was not getting any sun that I literally went and found a tanning bed and went to the tanning bed at the beach every day because I was like, I'm getting some sun. But fast forward, right? Fast forward to getting married, and my husband does not like fighting crowds. My husband does not like crowds, and I'm going to tell y'all what. He is not a kid kind of guy, right? He is not someone who enjoys children's company at all. Like nobody's kids, like none of his kids, right? When they were little, he's not a little kid kind of guy. This never has been his like forte of like wanting to vacation with the family. Nope, not my husband. He's like, nope, I don't work all year long to be dealing with somebody else's regrets while I'm on vacation. So we, when he and I, when his children, our children, got out of high school, we could vacation whenever we wanted. We weren't like vacationing with the children. We started vacationing after school went back in. We would pick our time to go to the beach whenever all the kids were back in school. So it was like empty nesters or older people when we went. And I had no idea how much I loved Outer Banks whenever there was not like a ton of people there. Again, understanding that sometimes, right? Sometimes you are supported by things outside of your being, right? Sometimes things happen because they're supposed to happen. And had you not been kind of forced into the change, or that you've not been guided to kind of like coincidental whatever, you would have never seen the beauty in that thing that you were ignoring because you had your certain path. And it's interesting. We're going to talk about something a little different. Yesterday, I told y'all I went into the store. I posted the picture. I got some new glass pieces yesterday. And I have honestly, and I can say this with all honesty, I have bought glass in my life. Like I have bought glass pieces in my entire life from very few sources. Number one, I have been like younger when I was in the bar and doing all that, and I had tons of glass like bongs and things like that. I was number one gifted some by people who were like, oh, I want to, do you want this to keep it here? Blah, blah, blah. Number two, I love still. It's not as impressive as it used to be, but I love the Outer Banks. And there's a store in the Outer Banks called Island Dyes, and they do pottery, glass work. They're like a little head shop at the beach, right? And I've always, that's been, I go every year. And that's one of the things I would do when I was there. It's kind of like, that's where I bought my glass from. I just, how like you have your tattoo artist and that's your tattoo artist. For me, that was just where I bought my glass pieces from. They always had something that I really liked. And that's where I bought it from. And then when I moved to Richmond, there's a little store called Kulture with a K, Kulture, another little head shop. But I went in there one day to get cleaner, and I went in there also to look for a bowl because Red had broken his, and he smokes a bowl, so I need a bowl. Like he didn't care. He's like, I'll get one from the gas station. I just need a bowl. So I went up to the culture. So I bought some glass pieces there. I bought, and I bought it from Island Eyes. So yesterday was the first time I had gone into one of these little local vapey like shops or whatever. Number one, I've been into one in the past because my son vapes, and I was getting like juice or something for him. Like he asked me to get him some stuff. But I think they're kind of trashy, right? Y'all see, like, I'm a big old pothead, but yeah, I know what you meant. You have a tattoo artist. Yeah, I don't have a lot of tattoos. I have a few, like I have one right here, and I have one on my shoulder, one on my leg, but I don't have a lot of tattoos, right? It's never like, I don't like to sit for, like, they hurt me. Like, I don't sit for hours. Like, they're all little bitty, like they were all college age stuff. Do I think tattoos are gorgeous and love to see them on other people? I 100% do. I am not someone who invests money in that stuff for me. I just haven't. It's just never been a thing for me. And there are a couple of other things I would like to get. I have, like, my mom, whenever she was in the hospital on her last days, she had COPD. Her lungs were full of like tumor. Whenever she died, she struggled with breathing. And the last thing, she had a piece of paper because she had the BPAP she had to write, and she said, I just want to breathe. And I've been thinking about getting that, her handwriting tattooed somewhere, and I'm like, I don't know if I can get I just want to breathe. And I was going to get just breathe, right? Just take the just and the breathe and just do just breathe and put that somewhere. So I might. I don't know. That's still like one of those things. I've got the thing in my wallet and I'll carry it around forever, but I have not had the courage yet to move forward with that tattoo. I don't know if I can handle like the meaning of that. But I went into, like, those vape shops are just never my thing, right? Y'all know that I like to, it's what elevated edibles, right? I like to elevate the culture, because as we move into this next phase of cannabis de-prohibition, right? So cannabis prohibition has been around for so many years that as a culture, right? As a culture, we are, we have been, especially in the American culture, right? We have been programmed to feel a certain way about cannabis use, cannabis users. And so I am very, whenever this new, deregulate or de-prohibition, when it's legal in the state of Virginia, states are coming legal with it. There's a new conversation surrounding cannabis, right? There is a, I personally feel a sense of obligation to the community at large, to the stoner community, to the cannabis user community, to be a spokesperson to the people who are not maybe in our culture, right? Who are not stoners, who are not cannabis users. I want to provide a safe space to have the conversation that does not feel icky and gross and juvenile and so cliche. Now, I stress over a couple of things. Number one, I worry that I come across as condescending and bougie, but I try to always take the conversation to the next level. I walked into the vape shop yesterday, right? I'm going to tell you the story about how the universe takes you places and you would never really go unless you got pulled off your path. So I have a bowl, a bubbler. It's not even a bowl, it's a bubbler. Good morning. And I have a bong. And I'll smoke pre-rolls, and my red has a bowl or whatever. But I needed to clean my bubbler. My bubbler is, the other day I was poking it and cleaning it. And if you're a smoker, if you're like someone who also smokes cannabis as well as it partakes through food, you know, one of the biggest like pains in the asses we have in the stoner community is cleaning the bowl or cleaning the ball. It's like, that's the one thing that I'm like the classic stoner on, right? I'm the classic stoner on. It's like my bowls and shit get dirty, and like I'm terrible with them. I'm terrible with like cleaning glass pieces. And Elizabeth, I have never been over to Palmer's store. I don't know where that's at, but I will definitely check it out for sure. So I worry about like when I try to have the conversation with people, um, like I'm like the class owner because so I have to go buy this bowl piece, and this I go into the 420 vape shop, right? Because I know they have lots of glass pieces, and they've got like the hemp, and they're going to be 420 friendly, and I can go there, and I was like, you know what? If I'm going to be a cannabis or ganjapreneur in this area, obviously this is a storefront who has um, opened up and they're selling glass pieces, and they've got like the Delta 8, and they've got the hemp flower, and they've are the CBD. And let me go in here and talk, because if they become a dispensary, what do I want? I definitely want to put Hometown Hippie elevated edibles on the shelf. So let me go and build this relationship with these people. So I go in to the store, and so day before I went into the sister store, which is over by our Walmart, and that place smelled like butts and incense, and it was dirty and it was gross, and I didn't buy anything, and I walked in and I got ignored. I was standing by the glass pieces. I wanted a bowl. I just wanted to get a bowl. And 3 or 4 other like randos came in. They ignored me, waited on like the younger people, just acted like I wasn't there. And I was like, he's like, can I help you? I was like, I said, excuse me. I was like, I'm kind of in a hurry. I've got groceries in the car. Just left Walmart. I need to get a glass piece. Can you help me? And I was like, I was looking for a chillum, like the little one hitter, like the little like chillums. And I didn't want one that looked like a crack pipe, right? I wanted one that was glass blown, that looked like a pothead pipe. And he's like, no, we don't have any of those. We haven't had any in a while. Like he was like acting like I was a moron. Number one, like I was just Sally, Susie Homemaker off the street, not knowing what a bowl, whatever. I was like, whatever. I don't like let on, right? And I was like, and I love when these kids who like, because he was a kid, like he was probably 22 maybe, when you know they didn't know, like he didn't know, right? So I was like, well, I don't know. He's like, well, our newest sister store just opened in the Food Line shopping center called the 420 Vape. He says they got way more glass than we do. Maybe you should check there, because I wasn't seeing anything at that store. I could have bought this at that store. I could have bought the other one, but I didn't like the vibe. And when I don't like the vibe, I don't give you my money. That's just the truth of the matter. I do not shop cost ever. I don't. I do not buy the cheapest thing. I do not buy the most expensive thing for the fact of the most expensive means it's good and the cheapest means it's the cheapest. That is not how I shop. I'm going to shop quality, and I'm going to shop customer service. I will pay you 10 times what something is worth if you sell it to me, if you provide me with good customer service. Customer service is what I aim for, right? It's about quality. It's about quality of the way that the person who makes it wants to. That's why it matters to me. Like that's why packaging matters to me. That's why having these consultations matter to me. That's why being a business owner, making sure that like I've told y'all, there have been people that are probably watching me. They're like, I am interested in cookies. And I'm like, okay, what is your level of cannabis use? Well, I don't use it. I just want something in the morning to like help me drop my shoulders. I said, well, then you don't want cookies. You don't want cookies. That's crazy. Like that's way too much for you. Let's go ahead and get you, versus getting you a dozen cookies for $50. Let's get you 2 dozen gummies for $35. Now, I could have made some money off of that deal. I could have sold them a dozen cookies if they would have eaten one, and they would have been so fucked up that they would have never trusted me again. And that's not what I'm here to do. I am here to match you and to be your cannabis concierge, right? I'm here to help you to achieve through edibles and through cannabis use what you are looking to achieve. That's why it's important to me to ask the questions that I ask on that. When you get that request form and that consultation form that you fill out, and it says, how often that you use it. What is your purpose of using it? I'm not going, if you don't ask me any questions, you're like, hey girl, I want a dozen brownies. I want some pineapple upside down cake things. I want this. I want that. I assume that you know your tolerance level. When you don't come to me with like, hey, I just want to know, yes, the lollipop was on point. Dennis comes to me and asks me, right? And I tell Dennis, I'm like, don't worry about breaking the lollipop in pieces and parts because it's a hard candy. It is a slow release, which means you're not eating it all at once. You're getting a little bit at a time, which is going to help you to have a perfectly good little smiley buzz. That's why people love the lollipops and they love the Jolly Ranchers and they love the caramels. Those are all hard candies. You're not popping that in, chewing it up, and then digesting it and having the entire milligrams at once. You're licking it. You're putting in coffee. You're putting it in coffee. It's dissolving. It's slow releasing. It is like an extended release tablet, right? It is like when you take the XR, right? That's the extended release, which means it gives you a little bit throughout the time. It slow releases it into your system. And that's the idea of certain things, right? Now, if you're trying to go to bed and you're trying to go to sleep and you suffer from insomnia, I'm not going to tell you to eat a sucker starting at 9 o'clock. You'll be 2 o'clock in the morning before you go to bed, right? I'm telling you to grab a cookie. Grab you a cookie, pop it in, chew it up, sit back, let your cheeks touch your eyeballs, let your eyeballs touch your nose, right? It goes from here to here. That's what I want, right? That's nighttime stuff. But just like finding my coffee creamer in this time of need, here I am in a bowl, a glass piece desert in Farmville. I'm like, where do I find glass pieces? Then I roll into this place, right? And I didn't find what I wanted the day before. So here I am the next day. Yesterday, I had to go back to the store, which I had not planned on, but I got the special order for pineapple upside down cupcakes. And I'm like, well, now they're in the right lineup and I have to have them ready Friday. So I had to go back to Food Line to get pineapple. That's what I needed was pineapple. I had all the other, I make my cake from scratch and I have maraschino cherries already. A whole big jar of those. I had been wanting to do some like chocolate covered cherries with them. But now I know what that was there. Again, the universe working in our favor. So, if you me eat it, then go grocery shopping. See, that's the problem. If I eat an edible and go grocery shopping, y'all have no idea what happens. Crazy things happen. Like I come home with whole rotisserie chickens and fruit I've never tried before. Like I get the munchies and like all that crap in the frozen fruit aisle. I'll bring it all home. But so I go into this shop yesterday, right? Talking about elevating. So the first thing I'm looking for a glass piece and he has got this like $600 gravity bong sitting on the counter, right? It's like the chambers that flip around. He's like, why don't you just get one of these? And I was like, because I'm not a child, right? The proud owner of aisle 3. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about, right? So I go into the shop and he's like the epitome of like what I don't want to be. No offense. If he's watching this and he gets in here, just not my sales style, not my cannabis conversation style, all of that, right? So he's complaining to other customers, the owner or the manager, that the shopping center, right? The shopping center made him take down the pot leaves from his windows. So he had paid money, and I know this because I know who put the storefront in. Like I know who did the glass because my husband works for Grants Glass. They were up there. I saw the pictures that Adam posted and stuff, right? So you want what you want, not the money piece. Yeah. Well, here's the thing though. It wasn't so much about the gravity bong, but number one, it was the way in which he approached it. Number one, and this is what I worry about, right? I wanted to like shake the shit out of him and tell him, you're doing us no favors. You are exactly what I'm fighting against, right? And I was trying to have a conversation with him, business owner to business owner. And I said to him, with the stigma that the cannabis community has to overcome in this whole process of deprohibition or with this new normal, right? It's our responsibility to handle it with kid gloves and to make sure that we are showing them the better way. Peace, love, feast. That's my thing. It's about bringing everybody into the fold. It's about, you can have a conversation, and you're right now, this is not a dispensary. Marijuana is not legal to sell in a storefront. So why are you putting pot leaves on your window? Unless you're trying to lure someone in on, and you have to lure someone in with like showing pot leaves. I'm like, it's just not my, like, I don't get it. Like, I have a fully a cannabis business, and I don't even have a pot leaf in my logo. Like, in the logo, like everybody wanted, like when I was doing this logo, y'all, one of the reasons it slowed down was because, right, everything that we did, they wanted to put a pot leaf, right? Even if you look at the peacock that came out, it was the tail was the pot leaf, because I wanted birds, but they were still determined to put that 7-pointed hemp leaf in it. Well, you need that. No, I don't, right? Where, as a pothead legends, we must set the example. Yes, as pothead legends, exactly. And I love this. Like Melanie says, I love the different types of options that you provide, snacks and treats with different levels. You give us the tools and information so it can test the items out to find what our levels are. Exactly. And I will work with you to do that, right? And that's why I love the gummies are 5, because what you can do with gummies, if you're brand new or you have someone that's brand new, let them start with gummies. Because gummies, they can have 1, that's 5. And then it can add in to see where their level is. It's almost like the home test kit to see your tolerance level, like what level edible that you want. So when I walked into the shop, we're having this conversation yesterday. I'm like, well, do you really need the pot leaf? Well, they said it was because it's a wholesome family shopping center, and here I am between the liquor store and the lottery, and they're complaining to me. And I was like, but that goes to show you what is accepted in our culture and how you have a standard to live up to. He was not hearing it. He was not hearing it. Okay. Then let me tell you what, when I tell y'all, like, I was so triggered yesterday, like when I tell y'all I was triggered, like I was triggered. So then I explained who I am. He's like, oh, I've heard of you before. So then he tells me how whenever they opened up the store, he has someone who makes edibles, and that he gave away $1,000 in edibles to people 21 years old. Hang on a second. Someone's here. Talk about yourself. I see you. Sorry, y'all. A bunch of your orders just went out. A bunch of your orders just went out. Thank y'all for holding down the fort. Also, the mailman came. I'm excited about what's in this box. We're going to open this box. We're going back to our story. Anyway, what I was saying is this guy was just not hearing anything that I had to say. And if I said up, he said down. He said he gave away $1,000 in edibles, and then he got them for $400. And if I would like to give him some wholesale edibles to give away, I'm like, no, sir. And here's what I'm being honest, right? I know the value of what I do. I know the cost and the time and all of that. I am, number one, if I look at the cost of like other people who do edibles, I undercharge for the most part. Like, I don't charge like the going rate. If I did, brownies would be about $20 a piece. They did go up, but they didn't go up that much, right? And oh, I'm super excited about these. I can't wait to show y'all these. I'm tempted to not let y'all see these until they come in your packages, but I'm too excited. But I said, well, people pay full price for Jordans. I know my value. I don't need to lower my prices. I said, not only that, I was like, but our clientele apparently is a lot different. I was like, because my clientele agrees with me, right? They don't need to see pot leaves to know what they're doing. Like, it's a different crowd. We do consultations. We have it's intentional cooking. He wasn't trying to hear any of that, y'all. He was not trying to hear any of that. And people like that are what scare me for the going forward, right? For the going forward, because they are not understanding with great power comes great responsibility. I am super excited. So as you know, y'all, I have got some, oh, these are so cute. So I designed these little postcards. They'll be coming in your orders. It'll give you the ability to scan a QR code for the menu, which takes you to the link tree. So that's the back. So if you have to reorder, it's super easy to do that. And then the front, what? What? How cute is that? How pretty. It's the first thing printed with my logo other than my t-shirt. I am super excited. And I designed the peace, love, and feast. That's what I'm looking for the thing. Do y'all like that? Oh, I love that so much. So now you will get this and your sticker, right? Your sticker and your invoice in your packages. I am super excited about these. Oh my gosh. Some of these are going in some of the packages for today because hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm super excited. I did not get business cards yet. Because I'm thinking about doing magnets for your refrigerators because, you know, people don't throw magnets away. You will throw away a business card, but I'm going to do something. So Melanie says, you come up with the best ideas that are useful to us. Here's the thing. Because, like I said, with great responsibility or great, power comes great responsibility. I feel very much responsible, right, for helping the Grateful Fed community. So whenever I started this journey 2 years ago, it was about having another way for people who were freaking out over COVID and they were like quitting smoking anything. And I had a couple of friends who were, number one, they're getting older and they were smoked cigarettes their whole life. Plus they smoked pot. And that kind of goes hand in hand for our generation, right? You smoke one, you smoke the other, right? You just smoked. And they were starting to have like the early stages of COPD and emphysema. And then some of them had gotten sick with COVID and were having like breathing problems. And they were like, I am not able to smoke for my buzz. And I have got all these breathing issues. And I love that, Heather. Thank you. Wait till you see the new stickers. I got another like big thing of them in, and it's just really cool, like motivational stuff. I just got like all these really cool things, and then I'm getting actual like hometown hippie stickers designed and made with like different birds with different fun sayings on them. So that's coming in the future. Right now we just got our postcards in to start with, and then we'll go to the stickers next. But it started honestly with me trying to solve that problem, me trying to take plant material and then convert it into a way for people to intake to, number one, be a healthier option for them versus the smoking, because they were having COPD, emphysema, and breathing issues with pandemic. They were trying to still keep a buzz without trying, they still use it for medicine and for anxiety and for stress and for their end of the day. But smoking was no longer an option. So how do they get their medicine? What's a way for them to do it? And it has evolved. And then I have worked with cancer patients. I have worked with trauma patients. I have worked with chronic pain patients. And being able to find recipes. And here's what I'm also going to tell you. I have worked with a lot of people with anxiety and depression. That is one of my, and insomnia, anxiety, depression, and insomnia, and chronic pain. Those four things are the four top reasons. And insomnia is probably the number one reason. And what I am going to tell y'all is that the feedback I'm getting from my patients and from my clients who tell me that they are not taking any of their sleeping pills, which I love, like get out of the pills, right? They're not taking the Ambien or the Tylenol PM or the melatonin or whatever. They are utilizing edibles for that, and it is working. And because they're getting sleep, the other areas of their life that are improving. And again, that's what I'm telling you. People who are not sleeping because their knees hurt are telling me that my knees don't hurt. And you took care of my pain in short order. And I was like, you took care of your pain in short order because you took the leap to try something outside of the normal and you set your mindset to it. Again, just because it's not what you're looking for. I mean, when I started this journey, it was honestly like, I'm going to try to make some edibles. I started making caramels and wrapping them in wax paper, and they were all different sizes. And I dumped them on a sheet and I cut them, and they were all wonky, different sizes. And then I had gummies, and everything was $5 a piece. Everything I had was $5 a piece, and whatever you want, it's $5 each, and you can buy one. I didn't care, and it was just to try it out. And the people who have been here from the beginning, who have seen this evolve, and have seen me sit down, and the reason that I do a consultation for them now, and the reason that we have these conversations, and I go live, and I do all these things, right, is because, right, it's because I have met the people who I'm helping. And as I help people, I want to learn more. And as I learn more, I want to do more. And that is why I feel like with great responsibility comes great power. Great power comes great responsibility. When you have hundreds of people who depend on you to produce a specific thing, right? You want to do it right. And yesterday, when I walked into that shop, right, and I bought my glass pieces and I talked to this person, I realized that not all ganja businesses, not all cannabis entrepreneurs or business owners are the same. And I was living in a bubble, and I needed to see that, right? I needed to see that because I have people who message me sometimes, right? And I don't, and it's what it is, right? Some people, like I had a guy who said, asking me about the percentages and the milligrams and the dosing and all the things. And I asked if they read the description of the group about intentional cooking. And I'm definitely a healer. That's definitely how I look at it, right? And he was like, I'm just trying to get effed up. Like, what do you have to F me up? Now, I could have said brownies are 100 milligrams, cookies are 50. Both of those will do the trick. Which would I like? Could I get you? What I said to him, and this is honestly the truth, this might be one of your friends. I said, I don't think that we're the place for you. If that is your intention, is just to get effed up. If you don't have an intention of healing, an intention of, now here's the thing. If it's just the giggles and it's just to let the stress of the day go, then that's fine, right? That is completely fine. But if you say to me, and I'm going to be honest, like some nights I'm like, I just want to get high. I just want to get high. I just need to relax. I just need my buzz, right? But when he said that, the hairs on the back of my neck went up. My spidey senses went off, right? My spidey senses went off. And I was like, I don't think I'm the place for you right now. I said, but I believe that you will find your way back here one day when you are ready to look at cannabis as the miracle plant that it is, and you are understanding what you were trying to avoid by getting effed up. I'm here, and I want you to know that. But right now, this is not the place for you. That's not what I'm peddling, buddy. I'm not peddling getting fucked up. I'm not. That's not what I'm peddling, right? I'm peddling that cannabis is a miracle plant. Cannabis is the healer of all healers. If you have anxiety and you have stress, and your anxiety is so bad that you sit like this, and I still, like last night I went outside and got my feet in the dirt and grounded, right? Because I was so worried about getting everything out that my shoulders were here. I had gone out yesterday into the public and talked to that guy, and all that energy I had to like get out of me, but my shoulders were here, right? And I needed to do this. Now, could I have maybe said that I need to get effed up, right? I need to get effed up, because getting effed up means that you're not caring about anything. But that's not what I want to do. I don't want to get effed. I don't. I want to drop my shoulders. I want to relax my jaw. I want to get good sleep. I want to be the favorite version of myself. How do I utilize this plant to help me do that? Thank you, Melanie, because Melanie says right here, this makes me want to, this is why I get up every day and work as hard as I do. You're definitely a horse of a different color. You care about each and every person you're serving. Coming from scratch with love and intention, bake quality products and give the information in on each item. Your products are a lifesaver and give great options for people to have live at the pharmacy picking up prescriptions all the time. Girl, you don't know. 13 pills I was on, from the cooking to the packing to the pickup and beyond. You're very much appreciated. I know we thank you for. I love y'all so much. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate that. But yeah, I won't. I was like, I don't have any reason to work with you right now because this is not what you're trying to do, right? Now, do I have people who probably buy a dozen brownies just for game night to go out and have the best fun? I do. But I know where they're going. It's kind of like when you rehome pets, when you like are not rehome, but when you like have a litter of kittens or a litter of puppies that you're giving away to people, and you want to make sure that they're going to the right home, right, the right environment. Even with some like outside cats, you're like, I got to make sure you're going to the right place because I don't want you to like be like fed to a dog or whatever, right? That's how I feel about the treats as they go out the door because I have put so much love and intention and energy into those that I don't want them going out the door just to go out and not be appreciated. Now, what you do with your products once you get them is completely up to you. But if you tell me up front, I need something to F me up, I'm like, well, you coming to the wrong place. And now my husband's like, what's wrong with you? Said I miss. You want to go to said I miss some brownies. We got rent to pay. But no, I mean, that's what I tell you. I'm never going to just be that person. Like the guy yesterday. Well, if you want to give me $1,000 worth of edibles for $400, then I will be glad to like let people. I was like, I don't need you to do that, sir. Like, I appreciate you offering to like take $1,000 of edibles off my hands for $400, but no, it's okay. And I said to him, I'm going to bring you a treat bag because I'm going to stir in some special intention, right, of clarity, clear and perfect channel. Because here's the thing, he's going to be a lot of people's first look into cannabis, right? And that's what I try to explain. You have a storefront. People are, please get educated. Please start being a better ambassador for this. And people don't understand that that is important. And for me, that is important. For me, I want to control the narrative. People are like, well, what are my kids going to say? It's like, if you explain this plant and if you explain this correct, you will have a whole generation of people who respect this as a miracle healing plant that it is, right? But back to the thing we're talking about today, right? Like not knowing what you need to know until you find out, right? And you don't know. Like I didn't know that I loved Italian sweet cream until I had no option but to try it, right? So sometimes we don't know what it is that we need until we accidentally or the universe kind of guides us in that direction. So me being guided yesterday into that store to buy my new little screwdriver bowl, which is what I call, because there's like a screwdriver handle at the end, like a screwdriver, like I screw it in, right? When I went into that store yesterday, here's what was interesting. There was a couple of people that were in there that came in, we were talking, who I got through to, right? So number two, I know that in that moment, that arrogant guy who was trying to mansplain cannabis to me, number one, he was trying to mansplain the shit out of it. Like, I'm just some like chick who doesn't have a clue. And so I planted seeds with him, right? I put in his head, he needed to hear that yesterday. Whether he could take that information in that moment, right? Now, as much as I felt like here's the wall, right? Here's the wall. Much as I felt like I was doing this with him yesterday, right? Phillips. I love it. What is happening, Phillips? Sir Philip Head. So as much as I felt like this is the wall, this is me banging my head against it, right? I planted the seed. I planted the seed. I let him, he heard it. And he meant no one in the whole world. Number one, he was very, here's the thing. He was one of those people where a lesser person would have been a little intimidated. Like, he was very much a bravado. He had spent a lot of time as a correctional sergeant at the correctional centers. So he came across like, that guy, and you know me, like, well, let me explain something to you, son, sir, buddy, I had to do the have no option but to try to and love it, right? So what I said was like, here's what I'm going to tell you. I was like, I hope that you've heard something that I've said today and it resonates with you. I said, I'm going to take these 2 bowls. I bought this one and another one. I said, how much do I owe you? Then I gave him the money. And then the couple of the other people in there were like, do you have a card? I'm like, I don't have a card. I was like, I'm getting magnets. People throw away cards. I have some, if you'd like to, I have a link tree. I have a QR code you can scan. This is going to take you to my Instagram, my TikTok, my Facebook, my website, as well as the menu, right? I said, but here's my Facebook page. I pulled the Facebook page up, added a few people yesterday. So if you're in here, hello. But I planted the seed. Which means he needed to hear it, number one. Maybe that was the first time he needed to hear, right? Maybe I was the first thing the universe knocked him upside the head with, right? Maybe the next person that walks in is somebody different. And maybe the next person that walks in is somebody different. And I said to him, I said, I'm giving you this information as someone who is a cannabis entrepreneur in this industry, in this area. If we are going, I've grown up here my whole life. I know the people who are going to make the decisions about how this moves forward. We can either make a difference in our hometown. That's why I'm the hometown hippie, right? We can make a difference. I want to turn this little Farmville, and I want to eventually be like the pioneer woman of pot. I would love to have a mercantile and a whole downtown thriving where people come from across the country into our little small town to see the hometown hippie store and all the things we have to offer. Why do I want that? It's not for the clout. It's not for the money that comes along with it for me. It is for what I'm able to do for my small town because of that, right? It is what I'm going to be able to do for the education in this area. Right now, there's a humongous articles and everywhere else about the fact that kids are sitting in classrooms with water dropping out of the ceilings into buckets. I grew up and went to school in one of these little rural schools, right? Why are we not taking the money from this new Green Deal, from cannabis, from the lottery, from the ABC stores, from all the things they figure are taboo that could destroy the moral fabric, right, of our communities? Let's take that money, that tax revenue, and put it back into the education. Let's put it back into the schools. Let's start the first ever school community garden that also grows hemp, that gives kids not only food and tomatoes and things out of the garden, but they can also learn how to make hempcrete or clothing and how it cleans the earth, and teach them about sustainable energy and about solar power and water collection and composting and bartering and hippie stuff, right? How to live in this world when things like the pandemic happen and I couldn't find my French vanilla creamer. Right? And now here's the thing, right? If you have a cow, you can actually make creamer. Oh my God, think about that. You can't even buy it. Kids today have no clue where all that stuff comes from, right? Why not let the hometown hippie help you to teach kids? It's a whole culture. It's a whole ass culture, right? But your parents are not going to let the kids be around it if you've got nerd ropes and pot leaves on the front of your store, right? But with a giant phoenix, right? With a giant phoenix saying, let's elevate the level of education. Let's elevate our kindness quotient. Let's elevate the love in the world, right? Let's elevate the food things that we put into our body. That's what the elevated means, right? Elevating, raising yourself above, raising yourself out of. Thank you, Elizabeth. When you spoke about being a tree the other day, it totally resonated with me. I've since been passing it along. Those seeds are now blowing in the wind to be planted everywhere they fall. You're alive. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is why I get up and come live and get very vulnerable, because I told y'all this makes me very vulnerable. No bra, because Heather Johns has made the rule. Heather Johns has made the rule that Wake and Bake, you cannot wear a bra. It's sacrilegious. So if y'all are wearing bras, take them off. If you're, I don't know what the dudes like. I guess if y'all are wearing underwear, take them off. Balls and boobs are free today, right? It's Friday. But I planted the seed, right? Just like Elizabeth said, I planted the seed. There are people in there that heard me, right? He heard me. And even if he was not willing to let me know that he needed me to come into his path, right? I'm not brand new about the MJ. I knew all these things. Thank you. Thank you. I'm free balling topside. free balling. Y'all are going to laugh at this. Okay. So yesterday, when I was doing what was I doing? It was doing the brownies. Okay. I was doing the brownies. It's bedtime brownies. They're to give you a really good buzz, but to like chill you out before bed. So I put on James Taylor. James Taylor is like my nighttime music. James Taylor, in my mind, I'm going to Carolina, right? I'm dancing around like, can't you see the moonlight? And I'm like getting down to some James Taylor yesterday, right? I'm like, ain't it just like a friend of mine, right? I'm like getting down to some James Taylor, making these brownies. And then I started changing all the words to the songs, right? It's like, every little thing is going to give you a buzz. Like, I was like, don't worry about a thing. It's like, because every little bite is going to give you a buzz. Like, I was getting down yesterday. So the Love Spell cookies and the brownies were done yesterday, as well as the butter. Those were jammed out too. Those were put a lot of good intention into, and they're going to be super strong. They're going to be super delicious, and they're going to be super fun. So if you've got brownies coming, be on the lookout because they're awesome. As well as the Love Spell cookies. And let me tell y'all what, Love Spell cookies, we're sold out right now. I'll have those again next week. But those things are fun to make, and they are tie-dye as the color of the earth right now. And the new sticker for those says, right, that these are all about love, and that right now Mother Earth could use a little love. So these cookies are tie-dyed to match Mother Earth. So if you could send her some love, I would appreciate it. So that is what that is about. So as today's topic, it's Wake and Bake mornings. This is Friday, February 18th, 2022, Wake and Bake. Today was all about, right, finding pleasures and things you never knew you needed, right? And number one, I find pleasure in the switching of the coffee creamer. I have found pleasure in the finding of the bowl in a different place. But what I want each and every one of you to remember today as you go out, right, is that you can't always get what you want, right? You can't always get what you want, but you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need, right? We get what we need. The universe always supports us and gives us what we need. Even if you get the wrong thing in your order, right, Dennis? Even if you get the wrong thing in your order, Dennis, it is what you needed. Because Dennis is enjoying those damn rub balls, right? So you just because you can't always get what you want doesn't mean you don't get what you need. Now, when you're like in the depths of despair and you're like, Tammy, how in the hell, right, can you tell me that I get what I need? Because even in those terrible times, even in those times of trials and tribulations, right, again, reframe it. It's not what's happening to you, it's what's happening through you. You are learning a lesson from that, right? Whenever things get hard for me, here's how I'm going to encourage you to reframe that, okay? Number one, I want you to say this. I want you to say, what lesson am I trying to be taught, right? I need the pineapple upside down cakes and your cupcakes. Oh, yeah, and the rum balls, too. They were freaking amazing. So, Melanie, the pineapple upside down cupcakes are sold out. They're sold out right now. They were a limited run. And I'm going to tell you why they're sold out. And I'm keeping true to this. I have the stuff to make 24 cupcakes. That's what the yield is supposed to be, is 24 cupcakes. I have sold 22 cupcakes. Pineapple upside down is my husband's absolute favorite thing on the planet. He said to me, you better damn well make sure I get one of those. And so the last two, and I keep one in case something crumbles. So right now I am completely sold out on pineapple upside down cupcakes. I will, depending upon the want and the urge for them, we might run them again, but we will be back to running a new sweet treat of the week. And next week there is, yeah, I can't jip him. He gets like, all of the Love Spell cookies were gone. Like I sold every one of those that I made. When he came home last night, I had 4 dozen Love Spell cookies. I had 3 dozen brownies, all on the cooling racks in the kitchen. He walked in, he's like, holy shit. He's like, I can get just twisted tonight. And I was like, let me explain something to you. I was like, you touch one of those things before they're like, till I give you your bucket, because I've got a Tupperware that's like his Tupperware, like the extra stuff. That's like, here's your bite of everything. Like, you don't go into the cabinet, you go into this Tupperware. And I was like, you talking about getting twisted. It's like, you make me be a cookie short or a brownie short on an order, I'm gonna break you in half. He was like, you better put that stuff away. This house smells delicious and it looks delicious. I was like, it is delicious. I was like, but that is not for you, sir. That is not yours, sir. I was like, you will have yours. He's like, what about them pineapple upside down cupcakes? And they're coming tomorrow. Because here's the thing. I knew if I had those pineapple upside down cupcakes in the house last night, y'all would have been pissed today. I gotta have this fan on. It's hot in here. Because that man of mine, I had to cover my boobs up because there's no bra on. Because that man of mine would have tore up those pineapple ups. He loves some pineapple upside down cake. And he's not a big like sweet eater like that, but pineapple upside down cake, he will tear it up. So those are being made this morning and packaged and out the door this evening. If you're shipped, it'll be shipped in the morning. If you're a pickup, it is ready after lunchtime. Everything will be ready to go. I am super excited for them. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to package those specifically. So we'll figure that out. So as you're noticing, like some of the whoopie pies and stuff are just coming wrapped in saran wrap right now. I am working on finding better packaging for cupcakes that's going to be more sealed, that won't pull the icing and stuff off, and the little cakes. So right now it's going to be what it's going to be. I make it look the very best I can within like bakery boxes and stuff, but I'm trying, y'all. I'm learning. I'm trying and I'm learning. So I know that I've been all over the place today. I know that I've been all over the place with Wake and Bake this morning, but that's what Wake and Bake and Pothead like thoughts are sometimes, is they go from here to here to here to here to, oh, what a tangled web we weave, right? So let's talk about the new live schedule going forward. I will post this in the group, but you're here for Wake and Bake. So I wanted to give you the scoop so you can set your alarms for your live updates. Number one, we are going to go live for Wake and Bakes. Wake and Bakes are going to be live on, yeah, I've got, those are good. Good. I got that all straightened out, right? These are some orders that I have. Like, so we have lollipops, and these are a 6-pack of bedtime brownies. We got lots of stuff going out, and the caramels are wrapped. Yes, the caramels are now wrapped. I know that makes a huge difference. So we're going to do Wake and Bakes are going to now be Mondays and Fridays. So let me start from the beginning. So Sunday's the first day of the week. Sunday sermon, 10 a.m. on Sundays. Sunday sermon. Mondays and Fridays, 9 a.m. for Wake and Bake on Mondays and Fridays. Okay. Thursdays are 420 Thursdays, right? 420 on Thursdays will be our afternoon live on Thursdays starting next week. And then Wednesdays, we're going to do a nighttime live. It's going to be What's Up Wednesday. So if you were in my Party with Tammy VIP lounge, you know that the What's Up Wednesday used to be on Wednesday nights. I'm bringing that to Hometown Hippie. And so Wednesday nights will be What's Up Wednesday at 8:30. I can't wait to try these babies. Who is this? Is this Autumn? We have lots of goodies coming up. I've got some things on tap. I've got some blondies that I'm working on a recipe for. I've got some lemon bars that I'm working on. Dolores, yes, Dolores, I've got you. I printed you off today, girlfriend. Got all your stuff pulled. You are good to go. I have so I'm gonna do some homemade oatmeal cream pies. I'm going to do some more of our healthy treats, some gluten-free stuff. No, it does not show. It shows Facebook user. I am on a system called StreamYard, which is a restreaming system. So I'm live in Facebook as well as on my YouTube channel. So you just need to let Facebook or StreamYard give me permission to show your name whenever I see you in, because all the comments from all the places come to one place on this system I'm using. It's like a studio I'm in, and that's why it's doing that. So I'm able to do like fun stuff, with like in here I have like a whole like studio that I can like make little banners and do fun stuff with. Now this is going to be your QR code, right? Your QR code, so you can scan that, which will take you to my link tree. Y'all have to forgive my nails. I did the dyeing yesterday, and so I've got like food coloring stain in my fingers and hands right now. But that'll be good to go in a little bit. Oh, look at this. It's got a whole kind of like background music. Look, what? That's awesome. I did not know it was doing this new like background music thing, which is pretty interesting. So that's why. But anyway, I've been all over the place today. The new live schedule: Sunday 10 a.m., Monday and Friday 9 a.m. with the Wake and Bake. Thursday is 420. It's the 420 live. We're just gonna get stoned and talk bullshit at 420. It's gonna be fun, little funny stuff. And then Wednesday nights will be What's Up Wednesday for the masses. We'll give away some free treats on that as always. I am looking for a t-shirt vendor to get the t-shirts done, because I know y'all wanted those. I'm working on everything. I promise y'all. I'm just trying to get the recipes and all the things kind of settled down. So on that note, if you need anything special, if you need special birthday treats or bachelorette party treats or girls weekends or guys nights, I've been doing special. I got a birthday box. This is how the pineapple upside down cupcakes arose. I do have a special order coming up and they're probably you'll get the benefit of this when they come out. It is going to be chocolate cupcakes with a peanut butter buttercream, a frosting. Oh yes, there you go. Look at this, Dolores. Gotcha. Miss Busy Queen Bee. I try to be. I can see you now. Yeah. So, but after 6 o'clock today, I'm off until Monday, and I've been doing really well taking my weekend. So that's a good thing on our Wake and Bake mornings. But yeah, that gives us. We will not go live on Saturday. We will not go live on Tuesday. Every other day of the week, you can catch me at some time live right here, either on Facebook or in my YouTube channel. And I hope that if you're not already doing so, please go over to YouTube and like me on YouTube and give me a like. It's just Tammy Nelson, Tammy Deskins Nelson. It's my YouTube channel. You can search me, search Wake and Bake Tammy Nelson, Hometown Hippie, whatever you want to search. It is under my name. I did not put it under Hometown Hippie. I don't really know how to. I need to go there and update that channel and kind of clean it up. I'm not trying to do that yet, but there's not a whole lot of people following me, so it wasn't a big deal. I'm just building some content right now. She is my want list just keeps growing. I do it in small batches, so that way you can try something new. And then we have lots and lots and lots of other fun stuff coming up. Interesting. I just got to think about rocking retreats. So anyway, on that note, I am going to get off here and go in there. I need to get the cookies. So what I have left to do today is right here, y'all. This is what's left on the Hometown Hippie this week list. And that is 2 dozen chocolate chip cookies, 2 dozen pineapple upside down cupcakes. Follow up on outstanding invoices, because if you haven't paid, you don't get your goodies. Deliver and pick up reminders. Everything will be ready by 1 o'clock today. So if you're picking up, come on, and be ready at 1 o'clock. And then I went over creating the live schedule, which I already have that done.
Sunday sermon, Monday and Friday, Wake and Bake. Thursday is 420, and Wednesday night is What's Up Wednesday, and that is our live schedule for the week. I will post that in the group. Please remember, we get to 400 new members, we will give away another bag of sweet treats. And I just need you to invite your friends. We're at 382 people, so continue to invite them. Remember, if you are seeing the group and you have to answer the questions to get into the group, 21 and up only. And I hope that you all have a beautiful weekend, that you will go out and you will spread the love, that you will go out and be a cannabis ambassador and do the right things and have the right conversations, right? Like I ask. And don't forget that even if this weekend things that you don't think you want happened, be open to the things that you need, because you never know when the universe is answering your prayer through something you never knew you needed. Maybe they're like, here, hit this bowl. You're like, oh, I didn't mean to hit that. Is it indica or sativa? Oh, look, I love indica. Or maybe, you eat an edible, you're like, I'll only eat a half. Let me eat the whole one. And the whole one's exactly what you needed. Whatever the weekend brings, right? Whatever the weekend brings, look for opportunities, right? To maybe go off the beaten path. Number two, to be grateful for what you have, because it's exactly what it is that you need. Because a lot of us don't realize that the things that we need are always provided. And here's your affirmation for the weekend, right? I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. The universe is always providing me all of my needs and desires, all of my wants, my needs, and my desires. Know that you are divinely guided. Know that you are loved and you are blessed. Don't forget, as the motto says here, down here below it, peace, love, and feast. I'm trying to figure out. I've picked it out, and I will announce the winner next week on our What's Up Wednesday. That's when all the announcements and all the giveaways will be done on What's Up Wednesday at night, right? So I will see y'all back here on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for Sunday sermon with our weekly affirmation card for crystals. Then we will be back here on Monday for Wake and Bake. And on that note, peace, love, and feast, and stay elevated. And I will talk to y'all all very soon. Have a great one.